evening and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today for a special proclamation, an unusual proclamation, one I've never done in 9 years as mayor, which is to recognize and honor a student at junior at JFK High School who was an illustrator, and he had his first book published, Tab Albert Finds His Purpose by Jesus Ramos III, illustrated by Brandon J. Bravo, a junior at JFK High School. So with me tonight is Greg Ficara, who's a councilman at large, Nancy, I keep doing that, Debbie Meehan, 5th Ward Councilwoman, and Lizbeth De Jesus, Councilwoman at large. I'd now like to first read a letter I got from Viviana Acuna Francisco, teacher of art at JFK Memorial High School. Good day to Mayor John McCormick. My student, Brandon Bravo, junior at JFK High School, illustrated and published his first book. He wanted me to make sure you received a copy of one of the first 50 published books. I will be hosting a book launch for him at the Perth Amboy Gallery Center for the Arts on Tuesday, March 1st. I will send out details shortly. I hope you enjoy this wonderful book about a determined panda that made a big plan and accomplished his goals. Signed, Vivian Acuna Francisco. And the book, Brandon has just a little message penned to me, to Mayor McCormick, in gratitude for your continuous support of the youth of Woodbridge Township. I wanted to share with you my first published book that I could not have completed without the skills and support I continuously receive at JFK Memorial High School. Best regards, Brandon Bravo, JFK class of 2017. Brandon, please come on up. Congratulations, young man. And now the stage is yours. I want you to tell me everything. What made you get into art?
I was always like into superheroes, I guess, ever since I was like 2. And I just started drawing since then.
Really?
Yeah.
So who have you drawn more than anybody else in your life?
Superman.
Superman. I was going to say probably Superman. And then what made you? Who was Jesus Ramos?
He's a CEO of a company called Think, Act, and Believe.
And how do you know him?
Through Massey.
Through Massey. Okay. How do you know him?
He runs a nonprofit with Perth Amboy.
Oh, okay. So he's a local guy?
He's a local guy.
Yeah, why don't you come up here? You're talking from the audience. Yeah. You are Viviana Acuna Francisco, art teacher
at JFK.
There you go. You shared a microphone with Bravo.
TAB is a nonprofit group out of Perth Amboy, and his goal is does public speaking and motivation, but the big goal is that he likes to reach the youth and motivate the youth. So TAB came to him. TAB is an acronym for Think, Act, Believe. So the panda kind of developed. He gave us the story. I handed the book over to Bravo, and he illustrated without any help. It was really amazing. He did it in 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is have you been recognized before for being an artist? Anywhere? Like grammar school, any other time?
Yes.
What have you done?
Like in 3rd grade, I won a yearbook contest, I guess.
All right. What else? I mean, tell us your history. Tell us the story of Tab Albert here, finding his purpose. So, all right, so you get this book. How many times did you read the book?
A lot, actually. I'm reading it tomorrow to...
how many times did you read it before you drew it?
Once.
Just once?
Yes.
It only took you once to get the feel of the panda?
Yeah.
I mean, you knew all you needed to know about the panda from reading it one time?
Well, he did tell me he was inspired by the panda. Reading the story inspired him because it's a very motivating panda.
It is. This guy's serious. He's the most serious panda I've ever met.
So I think he took the Think, Act, Believe concept while he was illustrating.
Okay. All right, so you said you did this all in 2 weeks?
Yes, sir.
Nice, very nice. You got other animals too?
Yeah.
You got fox and giraffe and owls, and this is a serious book. I mean, it's not easy to draw all this stuff. So tell me about the inspiration you got in JFK. What do you take, first of all? What class? What classes have you taken in high school?
I've taken a lot of classes so far. One of my favorite classes is art class and then history class.
All right.
And through those classes, I've learned to be a well-rounded person and never to give up in a lot of things and always work hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, where's his teachers? Teachers got to come up here. This is a serious young man who actually obviously learned a lot besides just how to draw. All right, I know you're Andrew Marizio, and I forget your name again?
Jackie Mayer.
Jackie Mayer. You guys want to say anything about this young man? They can hear you. You can hear you.
The only thing I can say about Brandon is every single day he comes to work with his classmates. He loves the people that he sees every day, and he truly shows his love by just working hard, giving motivational support, and really always encouraging everybody every single day. He truly is a role model for what the Woodbridge community is all about.
Terrific. And Jack, you want to say anything else?
Yeah, I definitely echo what Mr. Marizio says. And I tell Brandon all the time just like how bright of a future I see for him. It's very rare to see students that are as motivated and as dedicated as he is, and he always attributes it to his parents. So definitely, you guys have brought up a wonderful, wonderful son, and I'm excited to see where the future takes him. This is, I'm sure, the first of many, many things Brandon will do in his career. So.
I want you to introduce your parents and your sister.
Do you want to come up?
Just say their names if you want.
Javier Bravo, Sarayan Bravo, and Sydney Bravo.
All right, who's the young lady in the back?
That's my girlfriend.
All right. Good stuff. So where are you looking at for college?
Somewhere in New York, probably.
An art school?
An art school, yes.
And is it just drawing for you? Is there other arts that you're interested in?
I do mostly everything if I put my mind to it.
So pottery,
Yeah, a little bit.
painting,
I do a lot of painting.
pencil, sketching,
Yes.
watercolors,
Yes.
Oil painting.
oil
Oil
painting.
painting, yeah.
You
He's
can
shown
do.
his work many times.
Uh-huh.
He's been, and he works at your gallery too, the art guild.
You do?
Yes.
Great. How come my staff didn't tell me that? What do you do there?
I'm Ashley J's assistant.
Are you really? How do you like that?
It's really fun.
Isn't that place cool?
Yeah.
I mean, this Friday nights we do this, the brushes and beer thing. I think that's phenomenal. And they sell out almost every Friday because they only tell me when they don't sell out, so I put it on my Facebook and some people come at the last minute. But they only do that like once in a while. It seems like every Friday they're sold out with these people coming to paint. So do you help teach people?
Yes, if they need help, I go and help.
So you go around person to person?
Yeah.
And do you ever do the art with the kids there?
Yes.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty fun. With the
That is serious. That is serious. There could be you someday. You could be sitting in there, and you're what, 10 years older than them?
Yeah.
You could be standing in front of the future you. So what else? Tell me about the schools you're looking at.
So far, all we've talked about is Pratt and SVA.
What's SVA?
SVA is School of Visual Arts.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Anything else you want to say about your book? What's your next project?
Tab might have a second book.
Yeah, he might.
Oh,
be
yeah?
second.
Yeah,
A
it's
panda
gonna be
book?
Fancy Panda, yeah.
This guy gets around, man. All right, anybody else? You want to say anything, guys? Come on over.
I'm sorry. Is artistic talent running the family?
Mom.
Oh, good question.
Okay, good.
What do you do?
Well, right now I work for a law firm under Progressive, but I did go to school for graphic design.
Oh, so that's where you get it from.
Yeah.
So have you ever been published?
Not published. I mean, yearbooks, school.
All right,
yearbooks
all right.
here and
That's
there,
cool.
so-
Okay.
All right, great. Anybody else?
Well,
Who's
I
got-
wanted to,
Take it closer.
and I shouldn't make any assumptions, but Javier Bravo tells me that they're a Latino family, and being that he's one of our very talented youth from Woodbridge, celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, maybe he can work on something that reflects his heritage and his pride in his heritage, because that's one of the projects that I want to work on for this upcoming Hispanic Heritage Month, and is, showcase the talent of our youth, and then portraying their pride in their heritage. So
So
maybe
he's got until when? September to do something?
Yes.
You got until September? Your next assignment, maybe you can do it through school, but your next assignment is to come up with something to display on the stage at Hispanic Heritage Month, which is end of September, early October.
the celebration will be September 25th.
September
But we
25th.
celebrate the whole month from September 15th through October 15th, and we're going to have a lot of activities that whole month involving every aspect of Woodbridge.
So whatever art there is, we'll display it here, and then we'll bring it over there
Yes.
for the actual Heritage Day. You got an assignment, young man.
Wait a minute. And before you do that, I'm a councilman, but I also own a newspaper, so I'll have my people to contact your people. I'm his people.
I think his people are all here, There's no one else. All right, well, congratulations. This is pretty cool. And accept this proclamation. Brandon J. Bravo, illustrator, artist, and author for Tab Albert Finds His Purpose. And it just says all the same things in the proclamation I've already said.
All rise, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence for our men and women in the military that are protecting our freedoms. Please be seated.
Notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law have been satisfied concerning this meeting. The Home News Tribune and the Star Ledger published a notice on December 18, 2015. It should be so noted in the minutes of this meeting. Councilman Anderson. Here. Councilwoman De Jesus.
Here.
Councilman Ficarra.
Here.
Councilman Major.
Here.
Councilwoman Meehan.
Here.
Councilman Small.
Here.
Councilman Spiller.
Here.
Vice President Delina.
Here.
And President Trump.
Here.
Can I get a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes and work session minutes from February 16, 2016?
Motion. Second.
Any comments or questions from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Starting with the second reading ordinances, beginning with letter A, which is a bond ordinance to authorize the rehabilitation of the MCUA trunk line with an appropriation in the amount of $27,780,000. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter A is open to the public. Letter A only. Seeing no comment, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted, and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We're going to take B and C as consent. Both are amendments to Chapter 7 of the revised ordinance of the Township of Woodbridge with regards to handicap parking. The only difference is one is that are assigned specific placards to match a parking space, and the other does not have a specific registration to match. Can I get a motion that B and C both be taken up on second and third reading and a public hearing be open?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on B and C only. B and C. Seeing no comment from the public, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter D is an amendment to Chapter 4 under general licensing. This is just some housekeeping items that Mr. Landolfi, Mr. Lang, and myself have worked on. So I can get a motion to open the public hearing on this on a second and third reading.
Make a motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter D only. Seeing no comment, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter E is an ordinance adopting the amendment to the Route 27 Area 4 redevelopment plan. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter E only. Seeing no comment from the public, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter F is an amendment to subsection 18-8.2, which is entitled Creation of Abandoned Properties List, an amendment to the ordinance previously adopted. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter F only. Seeing no comment, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We'll take letters G and H as consent. These are first reading ordinances. Can I get a motion that both ordinances be passed on first reading, published in the Home News Tribune on March 4, 2016, with a notice of public hearing to be held on March 15, 2016 at 7 p.m.?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And you have 20 resolutions before you this evening. Could I have a motion to approve all 20 by consent?
Make a motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? Mr. Ficarra, on your right.
Yes, Madam President, I just wanted to mention on Resolution 17, I know the council knows that the Woodbridge Physical Fitness and Sports Group works with the Mayor's Council on Physical Fitness. This was money raised during the Tour de Woodbridge, which we do in the last Sunday of every September. And during the tour, the association, the Mayor's Wellness Campaign, decides on a group or a charity that funds will go to, and they chose the Save Our Sobriety, which is a group that works with children that are struggling with various substance abuse, and I just wanted to put that clarification in there, and thank you for your
Thank
support.
you, Councilman Vaccaro.
Thank you. Any other comments from council? All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it. Madam President.
We'll now go into the public portion of the meeting. If anybody would like to go to the microphone, please do so. State your name, where you live, and there's a 5-minute minimum. Maximum.
Yeah, my name is Jeff Golden. I am the president of the Port Reading First Aid Squad. And we just wanted to thank the council for FA-15 and FA-16 that are actually going into service. They're the 2 new ambulances for Port Reading. And actually, my main reason for going up here, I wanted to put a special thank you out to Brian Small, one of the councilmen, down to the end. For Brian has always been like a guardian angel to the Port Reading First Aid Squad. So, Brian, on behalf of the Port Reading First Aid Squad, the executive board, and the membership, thank you very much for everything you've always done for us.
Thank you, Mr. Golden, for
That's
your
it.
comments.
Any other comments? Can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
We'll go into the agenda portion of the meeting. I will start. Agenda line item number 4, Downtown Merchants Association. There is a big St. Patrick's Day parade coming up in our town, and that will be on Sunday, the 13th of March. It starts at 1:30 from Woodbridge High School, and the downtown merchants are encouraging the businesses on Main Street to decorate so that it's more celebratory and festive for the parade. There's also a chili cook-off this Sunday at J.J. Biddings, the 6th from 12 to 2, and there is a new business on Main Street next to the Max of Woodbridge by El Costello's called Driven Gym, and they have mixed martial arts there, and they're having a ribbon cutting on 3/26, March 26th at 11:30, if you can come out and support them for that. Number 9, Youth Leadership Council. I spoke to Shirley Genty today. She said they normally have an official meeting, but instead they are encouraging an alternate plan this month, and they're asking the high school students and the people that are in Youth Leadership Council to come to the Mayor's Healthy Cook-Off at Wegmans on March 9th at 6 p.m., and I'm sure that Councilman Vaccaro will talk a little bit more about that once we get to him. And I have number 17, Buy Local, still encouraging everyone to go to get the free Buy Local app, which has all of the information about Woodbridge Township, a business directory, links, news, events, and videos. And there is also a new show that just came out today out of the TV 35 department, and it's called Style Woodbridge, and I believe one of the employees, Samantha, along with the team of TV 35, went around to 3 of the local businesses and did a really cool show on what's trending in food. And they were over at Notch's Bagels interviewing Sharon with regard to the Rainbow Bagel, and they were at Surrender Cafe with regard to trending with tacos, and then they were at Yo Delight on Main Street in Woodbridge with trendy crepes and bubble teas and frozen yogurt specialties. So I just wanted to commend them for that great work that they do there in that department. And number 19, Chamber of Commerce, is having their annual golf outing, which is on June 6th at Colonia Country Club. And you can call the Chamber at 732-636-4040 for the details. And I have a couple announcements. Seawarn Library presents Meet the Author. Seawarn Library is located on West Avenue, 546 West Avenue. And Marissa Schwartz on Saturday, March 12th at 6 p.m. will be there. She'll be reading an excerpt from her best-selling book, Notes Never Sent, along with an interactive question and answer session. For more details, you can contact Marissa at marissaschwartz.com. And then one more announcement for the Woodbridge Elks Lodge 2116 on Roe Avenue. They're having a breakfast and a Tricky Tray fundraiser for Boy Scout Troop 143 on March 13th from 8 a.m. to 11. They're encouraging people to stop by before they march in the parade and contribute to the success of the fundraiser for the Boy Scouts. And that's all I have. And Councilman Delina?
Thank you, Council President. I'll go right down to number 5 on my agenda, New Brunswick Avenue Visioning. As you may or may not know, some Ford's business owners have gotten together and under the leadership of Jane McLaughlin, who owns the European School Dance on King George Road, have been having some meetings with business owners on New Brunswick Avenue and also Ford's and Hope Lawn and also on King George Road. They're getting together, and also Councilwoman Debbie Meehan has been involved leading them, giving them some guidance with the Inman Avenue business experience that she's had with her business owners over there. If you want to get involved, you could reach Jane. She's over at the European Dance School on King George Road in Ford's, and they are having a meeting this Monday, March 7th, 9:30 a.m. at the Ford's Firehouse. So if you're a business owner on New Brunswick Avenue in Ford's, King George Road, or Hope Lawn, feel free to give Jane a call or go to the meeting on March 7th at 9:30 in the morning. Also, on my agenda, I'll go down to number 10, the snow shoveling pilot program. Something we don't want to hear about anymore. We've had enough of it, but just for the future, maybe next year. That's what hopefully we'll see, maybe some, but not a lot. The Office of Emergency Management is introducing a snow shoveling pilot program for senior and or disabled Hope Lawn residents that will connect eligible residents with volunteers who are willing to provide snow shoveling services. Senior and or disabled Hope Lawn residents that require snow shoveling assistance in the aftermath of winter storm events must provide their contact information to the program. To register, you may call the Office of Emergency Management at 732-602-7361, and that's to register, and that's 732-602-7361. And if you would like to volunteer for shoveling snow, and I would more glad to shovel snow, but I know I'm getting a little up in age over there, so I'd have to get my snow blower over there. If someone's got a pickup truck, I'll be more than glad to drive my have my pickup truck drive me over there with my snow blower, because I don't shovel anymore. Volunteers are encouraged to call up the Office of Emergency Management at 732-602-7361. It is our hope that the success of this program will benefit the Hope Lawn seniors and those with disabilities, along with showing a great volunteer spirit we have in Woodbridge Township. We hope to implement this program in the rest of the town before next winter. So it's great that we're going to be starting this in Hope Lawn. And I encourage anybody that thinks that they're eligible for this, please give a call. It's great that we're starting this. Did I set something off? To give a call. It's great that the mayor and the administration came up with this along with the council. I know it's a good program, especially like my mom being a senior, and fortunately I'm around to help her out, but sometimes moms and dads, seniors don't have anybody else to help them out. So this is a great start to a program that I think is going to go a long way in Woodbridge Township. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Anderson?
Okay, I believe those alarms were set off because Mr. Delina spoke more than he has in a long time. All right. Item number 1, WTYRC. The meetings are held every final Thursday of the month at the Woodbridge Community Center in the meeting room on the first floor. If you're affiliated with the WTYRC, it is required that you show up at those meetings. If you're a member of the executive board, you can select one member to attend those meetings. There you'll learn more about field allocation, gym reservations, and you'll also be there for your attendance so that you can get your allocation for the annual stipend. Number 2, the job bank. Please check the Employment Opportunity Center on our township website. There have been some updated positions specifically from BASF where they are specifically looking for people to fill chemist positions and administration positions in the Island location. So if you are a township resident and you're out of work right now, please check the Employment Opportunity Center. There are some opportunities in there for you, and please share your feedback. Regarding the Mayor's Trophy tournament is starting this weekend, and we encourage everyone to come out and support the youth leagues in their basketball championship endeavors. I believe it will be Woodbridge Wizards, the Colonia Colonia Rec Basketball, and Ford's Bearcat Basketball. They'll all be competing for that coveted title of the Woodbridge Township Mayor's Trophy. Down to item number 6, Woodbridge Hall of Fame. Excuse me. The Hall of Fame are presently reviewing candidates that names have been submitted. The deadline is May 15th. You can contact the Rec Department. They'll direct you to where you can get a form. You can go onto the Woodbridge Hall of Fame website, and you can retrieve form from there. All candidates must have attended Woodbridge Township high schools, or they participated at a Woodbridge Township at the Woodbridge Township High School. They could have been say if you were a member of Perth Amboy Votech, but you played. You were a student at Perth Amboy Votech, but you played football at Woodbridge High School. You are eligible, and all of the eligibility requirements are on the form, so you can decide how to put your application in. Next, we'll go down to the Independent Club of Colonia. They will be having their annual Black History celebration this Sunday at the Evergreen Center, beginning at 3 p.m. Admission is free. There you'll hear spoken word, you'll hear song and music, and there'll be some recognition of some of our local people that are involved that have been associated with the Independent Club of Colonia. Finally, the tooling around the town is coming up, is fast approaching, and let me just get that date for you. Yeah, April 30th, and you can contact 732-602-6015. We are looking for volunteers. We're looking for donations. We're looking for sponsorships. You can also go online to tooling@township.woodbridge.nj.us. And we're looking forward to having a great tooling around the town. There are many residents that do benefit from this, and they really, really appreciate the volunteers that come out. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Major?
Thank you, Council President. A few items this evening on my agenda. Item 12, the improvements at JFK High School athletic fields. Certainly, thanks to the Council for adopting the items on the agenda this evening for some of the engineering work associated with that. We look forward to those projects moving along as successfully as the previous projects were. Item 13 on Magnolia Road, the safety and sidewalk issues. I'd like to thank the engineering department for their efforts in doing some preliminary studies on that, and please do keep me posted on that as we move along. Item 14, the Suckers Brook bank stabilization. Mr. Landolfi, can you perhaps give me a little bit of an update? I understand the county has designated a couple spots that might be of high priority. Could you let me know whereabouts we stand on that?
I can, as I sit here, Councilman, but I'll reach out to you tomorrow with a definitive answer.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And that's all I have this evening, Council President.
Councilman Ficarra?
Thank you, Madam President. A few items on my agenda. First, number one, the Woodbridge Community Center. There's 2 documents that are out in print and also online. Finally, we're in the second session of our winter program. All the activities that are out for all different ages. And just out now is the summer 2016 summer camp program. You can gather all of that up at njwcc.com. That stands for New Jersey Woodbridge Community Center.com. All that information is there, action-packed, and again, for folks of all ages, from young kids all the way up to senior citizens. Moving down to item number 2, the Youth Month calendar is out in its initial draft just within the committee. The official draft should be out very shortly, but just looking ahead to the end of this month. Youth Month is generally the month of April, but because the school spring break falls in March, Woodbridge Big Wheels Day, which is a big tradition here in Woodbridge Township, is Wednesday, March the 30th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Woodbridge Center. It's an opportunity for kids to be able to experience some of the big equipment we have in town, and we're working on some special treats for that event. I'm sorry, my screen just went black. The pizza run is July the 6th, if you're into marking your calendar, you runners. July the 6th. The Mayor's Wellness Campaign, as Council President Drum had mentioned, is Wednesday, March the 9th. Mayor McCormick has, for a number of years, had this healthy cook-off at Wegmans, and Wegmans has been a tremendous sponsor of all things that are healthy. The mayor is challenging high school students this year, and the way it works is the mayor and the people he challenged work with a chef from Wegmans. They create a healthy menu. They actually cook it. The celebrity judge we have this year is Gian Paul Gonzalez, who was the motivational speaker who spoke to the Giants in Super Bowl 2012 that coined the phrase all in. So it's a fun day with a very important message of healthy cooking and healthy eating. And again, that is Wednesday, March the 9th, 6 p.m., right at Wegmans. If you walk in, you can't miss it. It'll be right there. Moving down to my item number 8, the East Coast Greenway. Some people may or may not be aware of this, but the East Coast Greenway starts in Maine and goes all the way to Key West. It does come through New Jersey, and those people that are into hiking, it's kind of an urban Appalachian trail. The Appalachian Trail is 2,013 miles. It's mostly in a rural area. The East Coast Greenway kind of goes through urban. It's not secluded in many places. You're cutting through areas like Jersey City. But they have a free app now that gives you up-to-date information about the Greenway, and it's pretty cool the way it goes through New Jersey, and it does cut through Woodbridge. So if you just go to the App Store and put in East Coast Greenway, the app will come up, and it will give you that information. Very interesting, and this past Sunday being a nice day, we were out on the Middlesex County Greenway. Mr. Delina, Councilman Delina always speaks about that. It's a great way to get out there and recreate from Woodbridge all the way out to Metuchen. My wife and I put a car at either end and walked in between, so it's a lot of fun to get out there. It's paved. You can do it with strollers, skateboards, bicycles, and it's safe for everyone. Thank you very much, Council President. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilwoman Meehan?
Thank you, Council President. I'm going to go down to item number 5. We just wrapped up our 2016 food drive for the Have a Heart food drive. We collected over 26,000 pounds of food and netted over $28,000 in cash donations to support the efforts of local food pantries and their work to aid families throughout Woodbridge Township. More than 100 township corporations, businesses, retail outlets, school students, charitable organizations, and residents contributed to this food drive this year, including the Colonia business community, which donated $6,000 and over 700 pounds of food by their Taste of Colonia. We just want to thank everybody that came out and helped. Even if you gave one can of food, it mattered, and you helped your community. The next item I have is where we will be hosting a spaghetti dinner on March 6th. It will be at the Colonia Firehouse from 1 to 6 p.m. to benefit the family of Keith DiGiuseppe, who passed away last month from cancer. He leaves behind a wife and a young daughter. Keith was a very active member in Colonia, helped the Colonia Girls Softball League for many years, donated countless hours coaching and maintaining the field. So we hope he'll come out, support this event, and help his family. Our annual Easter event will be on March 23rd. It is from 1 to 3 p.m. at Colonia Middle School. We invite all the kids to come out and make bonnets so they can parade in front and win prizes. We ask for a $5 donation. This also will be donated to a family in need in Colonia. We are also looking for vendors for the event, so if anybody's interested in being a vendor, you can reach me at 732-382-0273. And lastly, I'd like just to do a shout out to Michael Schiavo from Colonia. As you know, I have to brag a little bit. He is a 21-year-old resident from Colonia. He went to School 21, he went to Colonia Middle School, also went to Colonia High School, and now he just qualified to be on The Voice. So we're really excited in Colonia. I was with his family last night, and we hope Woodbridge Township will get as excited as us and cheer him on. And you can go to the Apple, what is it?
iTunes.
No, not iTunes. It's the Voice app, and you can go down and download that and just be on Team Adams. So be on Team Adams. And
Very
go
exciting.
Michael,
I was
so a lot of
when I was
excitement.
not with Councilwoman Meehan. I was texting with her, and she was with a whole group of friends and family with him, and it was just as exciting for me to have someone in our town on The
Voice.
Voice.
He's proud, and our community is so proud because he's one of our own.
It was
so
wonderful.
Cheer him on. And
I do have a question for you,
Yes.
Councilwoman. Can I be a judge for the Easter egg bonnet contest?
Sure.
I got gypped last year.
Anybody
so
else too?
Thank you.
I need a bunny also.
Thank you,
That's all I
Councilwoman
have.
De
Thank you.
Jesus.
Thank you, Madam President. Item number 4 on my agenda, Youth and Government Day. This year, it will take place on Tuesday, May 17th. The schools have already received the paperwork to begin their selection process. Item number 6, my police and community relations. Today, our community relations department officers, they were at Woodbridge High School to continue with their police interaction program. Detective Sino also gave this evening a tour of the police department to a DAISY group. And I'm very proud to say that Detective Joelle Schlossberg will be receiving an award this evening for her community service at the Knights of Columbus. And I also want to give her a shout out because this past February 23rd, I don't know if anybody was around town at lunchtime, there was a young man running from his high school in Edison to his home in Sayreville. He did the 15-mile run to raise funds for the Travis Manion Foundation, which helps our veterans. But I'm very proud to say that Joelle got out of her car, and it was very cold and rainy because I was out and I was freezing. And she ran with him when he ran through Woodbridge. So I think that should be mentioned and it should be commended because she didn't have to get out of her car, and she did. So I just want to give her that special shout out. To continue what they're doing, this Thursday, they're going to be visiting the My World Daycare on Avenel Street to read to the children because it's Read Across America. And Detective Sino will also be there on Tuesday, March 8th. He will actually be at the Lightbridge Academy, again, reading to the young children. And on Sunday, March 13th, our council president mentioned that it's our St. Patrick's Day parade here in Woodbridge, and our police department will have various officers along with Detective Sino, Detective Schlossberg. They'll be participating with the Junior Police Academy and the Senior Police Academy. So they'll be marching during the parade. So just come out. It'll be a fun day, and let's just show our support to our police department, our fire department, and our veterans, everybody that's there participating. Item number 10, my Varon Art Center. On Friday, March 11th, Sean Harkness concert will kick off the new Grant concert series titled NJ New Jersey Guitar Experiences in Music and Art. Again, reservation is required, so please call 732-634-0413, and there is a $5 donation suggested. On Saturday, April 9th, the Barron Arts Center, along with the Woodbridge Township Cultural Arts Commission, will have a fundraiser dinner titled International Night, and this will take place at St. Anthony's Hall in Port Reading. Tickets are $25 per person, and you can call 732-634-0413 for more information. And this summer, the Barron Arts Center will host Liberated Strings, the Guitar in Art, a jewelry art exhibition. The show will consist of 2D and 3D media utilizing the guitar as a theme. If you are interested in participating in creating a piece of art, please call 732-634-0413, but you can also visit our website, which is www.twp.woodbridge.nj.us. /Barron Arts. But please, if you're interested in participating, remember, call 732-634-0413. And the last item in my agenda, Hispanic Heritage Month, I'm happy to announce that we are in the planning stages for our second Hispanic Heritage Month Festival, and it is scheduled for Sunday, September 25th from 12 to 6 at Parker Press. I will have more information in the coming months, but if you're interested in participating or helping out, reach out to me at 732-318-2328. And that's all. Thank you.
You're welcome. Councilman Spiller?
Thank you, Council President. If we can go to item number 4. Registration is underway for the 2016 football and cheerleading season of the Port Reading Saints. Online registration is going on now, and in-person registration starts this Friday, March 4th, at the Fieldhouse. Excuse me. You can register online or see all in-person dates by visiting www.portreadingsaints.com. Item number 9, the Avenel Fire Department recently made upgrades to their building, in part thanks to the New Jersey Office of Clean Energy. By using the Clean Energy program, the fire department was able to see a savings of just under $100,000, about $98,000, about there, by installing energy-efficient LED exterior and interior lighting and installation of new HVAC units. Mr. Mitch, please hold all other items. Just 2 announcements. If you're looking to do something different outside the box, this Sunday, March 6th from 2 to 3 at the Barron Arts Center, come out and enjoy the old neighborhood down Memory Lane, Port Reading. Listen to Joseph DiMarino, Vincent Martina, Albina D'Alessio, and Marianne Rizzo Jasper recollect Port Reading during the 1940s and 60s. For seating, please call 732-634-4500. Extension 2126. And finally, come join St. Anthony of Padua, Port Reading, for their 20th annual Easter celebration meal. A meal of ham, kielbasa, and all the trimmings will be available for your enjoyment on Saturday, March the 26th, to be picked up or delivered to your home. There's no charge for the meal. All are welcome to partake. However, a call is needed by Palm Sunday, March 20th, by 3 p.m. in order to plan properly. Any questions or to call and for reservations, that number is 732-634-1419. Again, that is St. Anthony of Padua's annual Easter celebration. That's all I have.
If you don't mind me adding, we have someone in the audience, and I'd like to congratulate Jeff Golden. He is the new incoming Vice President of the Port Reading Saints. So congratulations. We wish you the best. It's a tough job, but we know you can do it. Councilman Small?
Thank you, Madam President. Number 4 under the First Aid Squads, just the Port Reading First Aid Squad's going to be hosting their annual Easter flower sale Thursday, March 24th, through Sunday, March 27th. The hours are 8 to 10, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and 8 to hopefully no later than 3 on Sunday. They sell out, and please support the First Aid Squad. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Mitch?
Thank you, Madam President. Under number 1, letters A and B, you'll probably see construction continues over at the New Jersey Ale House. That transfer hopefully will be to you within the next month or so. And we continue to work with the state on the transfer of TGI liquor license for Fridays. 2 and 3 are standard. Just make note of May 12th date if you can attend the annual retail licensing meeting. Mr. Sherb and I will be putting that together. 4, 5, 6 are standard. Number 7, I believe I mentioned at the last meeting, but I'll be moving the Hope Lawn voting from the Hope Lawn VFW over to the Hope Lawn Firehouse for probably the next year or 2 during the construction phase of Delina Manor, and at a later date be moving it back to the new Delina Manor. I'm also in the process of looking at relocating the Buns Lane voting locations as well for the anticipation of the new construction going there, and I'll be meeting actually with the Housing Authority this Thursday to try to identify a building within that complex so I can keep it there on Buns Lane. Again, that's probably a 2-year phase as well. Number 8, just continue to hold. I do have 1 extra, actually 2 parts. You should have received from my office today and also yesterday or Friday 2 more requests for road opening waivers, one on Evergreen and Fords and one on Kimberly in Colonia. Unless there's any objection, they'll be before council in 2 weeks for approval. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Landolfi?
Thank you, Council President. I do have several things this evening. The first is going to ask you to award a bid for the community center emergency generator, the installation of that, and just to spend a moment there. You probably recall that the community center is a sub-regional hospital evacuee center during emergencies. It performed that function during Superstorm Sandy. One of the outgrowths of the post-storm evaluation was a determination that we could use an upgraded generator at that location during emergencies. So the purchase and the installation of the generator is funded. The primary funding source is FEMA. We do have some money involved because we'll look to energize the entire building. But that is primarily a FEMA grant, and again, it's an outgrowth of the follow-up to the superstorm. I have a resolution authorizing a pool of professional planners, shared service agreement with the Board of Education to add in a grant writer that we'll be providing and they'll be reimbursing us for. Cooperative purchase of some public works equipment for Dennis. We'll have 2 Chapter 159s for post-Sandy planning assistance grant. That's just in effect putting those grants in the budget. Refund of a parking permit. A couple items not on my agenda. We're going to have an ordinance before you at the next meeting dealing with the Prologis pilot. Just to refresh your memories, the Prologis pilot is a different pilot agreement than any of the other payment in lieu of tax agreements that we have. Well, and it's one of the first ones we did. That pilot agreement requires Prologis to pay 100% of their taxes. We then, you actually will then pass a bond that appropriates money to refund taxes to Prologis. So that one kind of works in the reverse of the way all the other ones do. We get 100% of their taxes in, and then we refund a portion of it back to them through a bonded appropriation. Although we never sell the bonds. We will finance it out of cash. And with that to be clear, we'll probably hear that at some point in time. We have cash available to make that payment with the bond. Really, what an ordinance really does is just authorizes that payment. A few other items. We've talked in the past that we're looking to negotiate acquisition of a piece of property with Hess over in their former Port Reading site. We're undertaking a phase 1 environmental analysis. There's going to be a second phase of the phase 1. We're going to come back with a resolution authorizing some additional work. And the last time I wanted to mention to you, and it's actually part of, but elaborate on, we've talked about it before. Part of the bond ordinance that you introduced tonight is for stormwater improvements. So stormwater improvements really have to do with the sanitary sewer. We're undertaking a program to eliminate stormwater and have been from our sanitary sewer system. To do that, we're going to need some improvements to our stormwater system. So that we identified some bond ordinances that aren't at this point in time required in the sanitary utility, and we're going to hopefully take some of those dollars and allocate them for storm improvements that will enable us to remove stormwater from the sanitary system. That's an ongoing problem. We've been addressing it in a lot of different ways, doing a lot of TV work, identifying some of those problems. Scott's going to have an ordinance, I think, ready for us probably in another month or so, dealing with the issue of sump pumps and other deal with the direct introduction of stormwater into the sanitary system and trying to eliminate some of those issues. So I just wanted to mention that as we go along. We'll talk more about it. We are going to have some other ordinances and a piece of legislation in front of you. That's all I have, Council President.
Gee, is there anything to report on recreation, since I see that Director Simaluka?
There is nothing to report on recreation this evening. And I told Mr. Simaluka I would make that report for him.
Thank you. Director Hubner?
Thank you, Council President. Nothing this evening.
Thank you. Director Green?
Thank you, Council President. I have 2 items. The first is interlocal or shared service agreement with the Borough of Roselle Park. That's a 1-year agreement for animal control services. It's basically just a renewal. And the second is a shared service agreement with the City of South Amboy, and that also is a 1-year agreement and a renewal. Thank you for animal control services. Thank you, Council President.
Director Levesky?
Thank you. Nothing this evening.
Director Henry?
Thank you, Council President. I have a resolution authorizing the execution of final change order for a contract 0841 Engelhard Pump Station upgrade, a refund of a sewer connection fee, and our normal bond releases. Thank you.
Legal?
Nothing this evening, Council President.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.